swab. We just pulled in. First swab of the day. I don't see any water in the bottom at all. It had good foam on it when we first pulled it. Really good looking sample. And as you can see, we've moved out the rig equipment now. Starting to put the frac tanks in for the upcoming frac job. We have one more tank that's up at the ASC1 right now. And then we'll have 8 more arriving. Probably one day at a time. But anyhow, this is progressing. Here's a recap of our first 7 swabs today. You can see really good dark fluid. Some of these will settle out a little bit later, but so far really looking good. Third frac tank for ASC2, and we're getting more of these boards in. Load just arrived. Okay, we're closing out the day. We started working starting an hour early and leaving an hour early due to the heat. But it's a really good day today. We did 129 barrels total, and that gives us a total of 1,199 barrels we brought out versus our load at 2250. So we're making good progress. Kind of nearing the end of the time we need to be swabbing. As soon as our new PCP pump gets here, we're going to hook it up, put it online, and start selling oil. Overall, been a very successful swabbing campaign. We're very pleased with it. Very pleased with the results of the well. Control sample today, similar to the others, 100% oil, no water. Looking really good. We're really pleased with the swabbing today. It's going to make a great well. Okay, this is the ASC4, and just talking to David, he thinks just bringing the road right down here and going south across that fence is the best way to go. It's logistically more difficult to come in from the Oddfellows. We've got the boards already delivered, so we can start building the road and location anytime. In front of the Lois 1 location, David's going to tell us a little bit about the terrain here.
All in all, good location, hay pasture. Roughly 250 to 275 north is a sink, a spot that holds maybe a little bit of water in the wet season, but other than that, it's pretty flat out here.
You can see the ASC4 location in the background, and this does look a little bit higher than that. I don't see a lot of standing water. There's a little blank spot right there, but otherwise I think as long as we bring the road around this way, it's going to be a lot better location than ASC4. Okay, here's the Lois number 1 location. We just staked it. You can look around. We're in a wide open field here. No trees. Really looks like a great location. And this is the road going out to the ASC4. This is the best way, according to the surveyor, to get in and out. This is the gate between the ASC4 and the Lois 1. You can see the workover rig in the background. We got great access. We just come right through here, straight to the well location right there in the center of the field. We'll probably put the pad for the generator out here on this side of the pad, maybe right over there where the boards are. Kind of keep it out of the way for vehicle traffic coming in. And we'll start pouring that pad Monday morning. Start installing the new PCP pump on Monday. So we should have it actually in production pretty quick next week. Here we are on the ASC4. We're pulling out the tubing to run the PCP pump. Everything going well. The rods that rotate inside the well, they're bigger and stronger than the typical rod pumps that you see, because these rotate at high speed. So we'll be running those into the hole later this afternoon. The PCP pump is here on location. That's the controller for it. That controls the rotating speed. And this is the rotor and stator. The rotor, can't really see inside, but it's got a big rubber bushing all the way through it that matches this metal stator. As you can see, it's very long, and that's what rotates inside of this stator and pulls the fluid up. We got the surface motor and the controller and the generator all wired up. We'll fire them up tomorrow. We're still running the tubing. In fact, we're shut in this afternoon because it's so hot. Going to start up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Finish running tubing. Hopefully we have everything hooked up and start producing tomorrow. This is the tubing head that goes on top of everything, and then the motor attaches to that, and that's how everything turns. Downhole to turn the pump. Inside the generator cabinet, you can see the gas motor there. Runs off the natural gas supply. Very economical and ecologically very friendly. And that generates the electricity. And then there's a cooling fan up here. Out of the controller box, and these electronics control how fast the pump spins, and it's based on the production coming out, temperature, different variables that go into it. So this is the electronic brains of the actual pump. We're measuring each joint of pipe. It's called strapping in the hole. Goes all the way to the top of the derrick, and we check each one. We'll be running the pump about 150 feet below the perforations. And what that does is allow to get the fluid all the way to the bottom of the hole, but also prevents gas from coming up and blocking the pump itself. The front of the controller box, and then these are the controls that you actually you punch in the rotations that you want, and then it measures it and adjusts accordingly, so you don't have to open the cabinet directly to the electronics.